Hi, little chef. Welcome to day 7 aboard the Catalyst. Today is all about preparing for a chilly adventure as we transit to yet another incredible glacier. This one's a bit of a trek, and we'll be hiking to reach it. But first, coffee and breakfast. I love starting my day either in the salon surrounded by books and the aroma of breakfast, or out on the deck looking at the beautiful views. There's something so cozy about being on a historical ship, especially when the day ahead promises so much adventure. The smells coming from the galley this morning were impossible to resist. The chef was cooking up our foraged mushrooms from yesterday's hike. Don't worry, the engineer who served as our mushroom tester made it through the night unscathed. Breakfast was an absolute delight. We had a hukuna frittata with foraged sorrel and fluffy rice flour pancakes and a fruit tray arranged to look like a Viking ship. It's the little creative touches that make every meal so special. When I'm on a ship, I'm not usually on the guest end, so this has been such a treat. Chef Seth has so many creative ideas that I will take with me and use in my future meals. And you never know, maybe next time when I'm in the Bahamas, I'll go foraging for some food. I made sure to eat a good amount of food for breakfast because I knew there was a long hike coming up. This Florida girl did not have adequate rain gear, so thankfully the crew let me borrow some of their rain gear. When you're in Alaska, you expect every day to have a little bit of rain. We entered a stunningly narrow channel with twists and turns that felt like something out of a movie. Every bend revealed more breathtaking views until we finally dropped anchor at one of the most beautiful spots I have ever seen. The current was so intense, so timing was everything. We waited for the perfect moment to head ashore, and it was worth the effort. The adventure was just beginning. The hike to the glacier took about an hour, and every step was worth it. The sheer scale of the ice, the colors, the way the light hits it, it's something you have to see to believe. Glaciers form when snow accumulates in an area faster than it melts over time, compressing it into dense ice. And glaciers move. They can flow as slow as 2 centimeters a year or as fast as several meters a day. Another fun fact is that glaciers hold about 69% of the world's fresh water, making them vital to global water resources. And of course I had to try some glacier ice. It's a little taste of thousands of years of history, and let me tell you, it's the freshest water you'll ever have. After the hike, we returned to the ship where lunch was waiting. A nourishing bowl of quinoa with sweet potato, collard greens, and green onions. It hit the spot after all that activity. After lunch, I took a quick nap to recharge. Life aboard the Catalyst is the perfect balance of adventure and relaxation. It's easy to fall into a rhythm here. I woke up from my nap to a commotion on the deck, and that's because the nature guide was taking his weekly plunge in the frigid Alaskan waters. No thank you, I will pass, and I will be in the salon enjoying cocktail hour. I love having a glass of wine or an Alaskan beer while I read a book during this time. Tonight, I teamed up with the chef to create a dinner menu. And let me tell you, it was so much fun. We put our heads together to design a meal that celebrated the flavors of Alaska and the spirit of this ship. Stay tuned for a full-length video where I share all the details of our collaboration. What a beautiful day it's been so far on the Pacific Catalyst. From the Glacier hike, to the incredible meals, and the stories shared around the table. This ship has a way of turning every moment into a memory. If you're looking for an adventure that blends history, nature, and unmatched hospitality, this is the journey for you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the link below to learn more about booking your trip aboard the Pacific Catalyst. You won't want to miss this once-in-a-lifetime experience. I want to thank Chef Seth for allowing me to join him in the galley. I know it's a tight space, so thanks for having me there. It was such a blast working with him. I love seeing different techniques and ideas. I'm here for it. So for our dinner tonight, we started off with a champagne pairing to our first course, which was a Wagyu beef Wellington egg roll served with shaved carrots and a tangy vinaigrette. This vinaigrette was actually made with a forage flour that the chef found before the trip began, and he fermented it and made this beautiful vinaigrette out of it. For the main course, there was a red wine pairing, and we had seared venison that was marinated in maple and a Dijon mustard, accompanied by roasted acorn squash and beetroots, drizzled with a creamy green peppercorn sauce. The chef called me back into the galley to help him plate this one. Chef worked on slicing up the perfectly cooked venison. I started plating with putting down some creamy green peppercorn sauce, and Chef followed with the sliced venison and the prawns, and then I came behind him and put on the roasted beets and acorn squash. There was so much vibrant color on this dish, it was gorgeous. I love that we got the true taste of Alaska with local ingredients. The chef has a lot of connections out of Juneau and St. Petersburg, where he provisions all of his food. And for dessert, drumroll please, duck fat ice cream with candied pistachios. Trust me, it's every bit as decadent as it sounds. Every bite tonight was an experience in itself. We had duck earlier in this trip, and the chef made sure to save that duck fat. It was the perfect way to end the last dinner aboard the Pacific Catalyst. Bye, little chef.